Today, I'm going to be showing you 3 common reasons why your rap flow may suck and what you can do to fix it. For today's examples, I'm going to be using a beat that I produced called Showtime. And if you like this beat, I'll post a link to where you can get it in the video description below. Also, make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I got a special announcement to make. Now, the first thing that may be causing your rap flow to suck is it just being too predictable due to it lacking dynamics. Let's take a listen to an example of this.
Beat it to the rack, side up on the mat, breathe it to the crack, platter to the mat, teeter to the track, platter on the tack, teeter on the pack, rider to my crack.
Now, if we look at this diagram of the rap flow you just heard, you can see that every single bar is 100% identical, which is what's making it too predictable and boring. What's amazing is you don't have to make drastic changes to fix this. For an example, on the second bar, I can get rid of the middle pause and fill it with an overlapping 8th note and 2 16th notes. And also on the third bar, I can reduce that last pause to only 1 16th note. And then on the fourth bar, I can eliminate that middle pause again. These 2 changes make the tail end of my rap flow feel much more aggressive, which gives my rap flow movement and energy. Now let's take a listen to how these tweaks sound.
Teeter on the pack, bladder on the crack. If you want to slap on the braid it to me cat, blow it to the bro, bladder on the cat, on the braid up on the mat, up on the braid it to the pack.
Another issue that may be plaguing your rap flow is the inverse of the previous problem, and that's a rap flow that has too much dynamics and that doesn't have enough repetition. Now let's listen to an example of this.
Paid in, open, rated, open, tippity cuppity read but sit but open the crack. Bone it great, G to pay, bring it pay. I've been the sip it, keep it, read it, popping it.
Now there are some cool cadence patterns that are going on here, but it's hard to follow along with and make sense of because there's really no repetition to the cadences, which can make it unenjoyable to listen to for most listeners. The balance you typically need to aim for with your rap flow is you want it to be predictable enough to follow along with, but unpredictable enough to keep your listeners unsuspecting of what you may do next. The fix for this is simple. I can just pick one of the cadences that I like and repeat it a few times and then try to build upon it leading into the fourth bar. And you may be picking up on a theme here. The fourth bar of a 4-bar quadrant is a great place to add or take away something from your cadence to give it some movement. So what I decided to do was to take my bar 1 cadence and repeat it on bars 2 and 3. And then on bar 4, I kept the same pause at the beginning to keep the uniformity of my pauses. And then I filled the entire bar in with 16th notes, which gave it more aggression and movement. Now let's take a listen to how these tweaks sound.
Aping, I've been, open, broken, you don't say it, I've been coping, you don't rapping, trading, open, I don't say that on the way because I'm Brad Popin.
And the third culprit that could be causing your rap flow to suck is having bad transitions in between very different sounding cadences, which can cause the sound of that transition to be too abrupt. Think of your rap cadences like energy. Too much of a dramatic jump in energy can make things feel too forced and artificial. We also notice this in acting. If an actor or an actress, if their emotions go from like 0 to 100, it feels forced, it feels fake, and we realize, oh, they're acting, it's not real. Now let's take a listen to an example of a bad transition.
Macerated, I'm blinking make it, I'm blowing racket, I'm bleeding say shit, I'm blinking Rican blanket, popping a Rican broken, treated black on the pro. I'm black erasive on the bracket till we go.
Now the problem is this, on the third bar is where my cadence pattern changes. Before I was sprinkling all these short pauses in my cadences, and my new cadence is filling in my bars primarily with 16th notes, and I also use 2 32nd notes at the beginning of my bar to give it more aggression. And these 32nd notes caused a pretty big jump in aggression at the beginning of my bar, which I felt was too abrupt and too soon. Too much, too soon. So my fix was simple. One great way to transition between different sounding cadences is to simply add a pause between them, which I added on the first beat of the third bar. Also, I shifted the 32nd notes over to the second beat just to give a little more space before I added that much aggression to my cadence. Now let's take a listen to how these tweaks sound.
Bladder rake it, I'm sad to drake it. I'm glad to rake it, I'm glad to make it. I'm being no rat to pay it. So they grab it up on the rake it to the flow. Black up one and blast the phone to break it to the pole.
Now, an underlining tool that I've been using this entire time to improve all these rap flows is scatting. If you feel like your rap flow sucks, you also need to improve your scatting skills. And next week, I'm going to be hosting a private group coaching session with my students specifically focused on helping you improve your scatting skills. You're going to learn the core fundamentals to begin scatting and how to never run out of fresh cadence ideas. And you're also going to learn how to use scatting to make your lyrics fit instrumentals perfectly and so much more. It's going to be freaking awesome. So if you want to learn more about this, make sure you click the link in the video's description below. My name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, where I strive to make you a better rapper now. And if you're trying to perfect your rap skills, make sure that you get yourself a free copy of my ebook, The #1 Fundamental to Rapping, via the link in the video's description below, and subscribe to this channel for more straight to the point, no BS, how to rap video tutorials just like this one. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace.
Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.